Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and a new paper crafting video. Today I am making a banner. The banner is a shaker and it's made with this shovel and pail die set. This is made for shakers and it's from Trinity stamps. So I thought it'd be fun to take this die cut and turn it into a banner for summer. Here's the main pail die and the drop-in die you can add to create a frame which will turn each pail into a shaker. I picked out some colored cardstock that I thought would make a pretty summertime rainbow. I'm going to die cut one solid bucket and one with that drop-in die to create the frame like you see here. Next, I'll take just the solid piece and cut out a window sheet for each of my banner elements, and then that will get glued onto the back of the window, which will create the start of our shaker. The next most important part for a shaker is the foam tape. You need the foam tape to lift it up off the background, and also when you put this down, make sure the ends always touch so that none of the shaker bits you put inside can escape. That's, not as cute when you shake it and things fly out. Okay, so we'll do that on each of the banner pieces. Then I picked out some confetti pieces from Trinity Stamps that color coordinated with my buckets, and those are going to be the perfect shaker bits for inside. So first I want to treat that window sheet with a little anti-static powder that's going to help my shaker bits move around a little bit more freely. And then I just dump them right in, and because the background or the backside of this banner fits on there perfectly, I can just remove the tape off the back of my foam strips and then add that banner piece. If you find it hard to line up, what you could do is cut a second window sheet and line that up because you can see through it, and then add your background like I'm doing right now. So there's my first banner piece, and you can see all the rest are ready to go in rainbow order. Next, there is a die here that's going to cut out a piece you can add so it looks like you can see what's in the bucket. I'm actually just doing mine the same exact color because I have shimmery stuff in it, so you could do this so it looked like sand or water even. There's two accent dies for the pail that are scallops. So this one's a thicker one, then there's a thinner one you can put under it. I thought I was just going to do this bigger one and keep it white, but you'll see later that I do end up adding the second layer. For the inside of my pail, I couldn't just leave it plain, so I brought in a shimmer pen and colored that little piece right there. So it's nice and shimmery, kind of like my confetti. This is the handle for the pail. It's going to go edge to edge right on the outside, but I wanted to give it a little bit more of a realistic feel. So I'm actually gluing one side to the front of the bucket, and then I'll glue the second side to the back of the bucket. And this gives it it's a little bit, I don't know, 3D looking. I don't know how to describe it. Here is the shovel. So I cut the shovel out from a darker color of cardstock than each of my pails. There's also accent pieces for the shovel, for the handle, and then a scalloped accent like the pail has. So I decided to cut these from some background paper or patterned paper that is color coordinating and has polka dots. I loved this look. Just adding that touch of white kind of helps the shovel match the bucket because it also has touches of white. And you can see the skinny extra detail for that scallop in white really made me want to add a scallop detail to my bucket. And since I love that polka dot pattern paper so much, that's what I decided to use on the pail. And I really think it's like the finishing touch to the bucket that makes it look extra special. So each of them got that, and then I'm going to glue the shovel right to the pail. Another fun thing you could do is put the handle of the pail through that opening in the handle of the shovel and have it dangle there. This is the Modern Embossed alphabet die set from Trinity. I used it to die cut out white letters to spell out summer, and each of those letters I also die cut out a piece of craft foam, and then I'm going to offset that. So not only is it going to raise my letter up, but give it a really cool kind of drop shadow. Each of those letters will be glued down to that biggest part of the shovel, and then it's time for another little sentiment piece. This is the Simply Sentimental Celebrate die set. I took a piece of glittery craft foam and die cut out this scripty word celebrate from that set, but not before I backed it with some rip and stick sheets to turn it into a sticker. There's also a die that cuts out the shadow layer, and this die is also great for die cutting out the stamped word celebrate, because there's also a Simply Sentimental Celebrate stamp set that not only has these large words celebrate, but sub-sentiments to go with. So it's a very cool combination. I love all the Simply Sentimental sentiment sets from Trinity Stamps. So I added that to my first banner, and then we need to string this onto something. So I'm going to create these little holders. This is a piece of cardstock that measures 3/4 of an inch by 2 inches. I did 6 of them. I curved it with my crease tool, and then I'm putting a little rip and stick tape that's 1/4 of an inch wide at the bottom, as well as some liquid glue, because I really want to make sure these don't pop open. I'm going to pinch and hold that at the bottom. You could make this a little bit tighter of an opening by doing another layer of rip and stick tape on the inside, and that could make it tighter so it doesn't slide on your banner string or ribbon as much. Okay, then we're putting some rip and stick tape and glue on the back and adding these to the back of the pail so it's centered and near the top. I didn't want them to show, so they're just under the top lip of that shovel. Next, I'm going to take some white ribbon here, and I like to put a loop in the bottom. That way I have an option for hanging up my banner. Whether I want to put it up on a little push pin or tape it, I've got that loop to help me do so. And then I'm going to cut this maybe a little longer than I think I need just to be safe. And then I'm going to start stringing this, and I'm going to go backwards. So the R is going to go on first, and then I made sure I laid this out in order so I didn't accidentally misspell anything. The rainbow of these really helps with that too, because it's no fun to get your banner done and realize, oh, that's not spelled the way it should be. Trust me, it's happened to me before. So there's my banner all ready to go. I'm tying another little loop in the end, and there's all my banner pieces. I left a space in between. It could be fun to put something 3D in between the bucket pieces. I don't know, a seashell, maybe real shovels. You could really just play with this and have a lot of fun. So here I'm adding some glaze to each of the letters, and then while the glaze is wet, I'm coming in with rock candy glitter. This is a like clear glitter. There's no iridescent shine to it. It's so gorgeous, and that's going to stick to the glaze, and then when the glaze dries, I can just tap off any excess glitter that might have gotten around it, and they turned out so very cool. I love all the shimmer and shine and shakery goodness in these buckets, and it's a really fun die set. Here I've used it on a card. I thought you'd want to see that. I filled it with some different shaker bits and did my pail and shovel in multiple colors. All right, here's some more pictures and a look at the banner. I would love to know if you guys make things that are not cards with your paper crafting. Do you like to use your dies to make little banners and treat boxes and things like that? Because I love doing it, and I want to know if you would like to see more videos like this, because they're some of my favorite to make. So drop a note in the comments below. I love chatting with you. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. I have new paper crafting videos for you all the time. If you're interested in any of the supplies I use, you can find those in the description box below. And at the end of this video, you'll find a couple other videos you might like to watch as well. And I will see you guys again very soon with a new paper crafting video. And I just thank you so much for coming by and supporting me and letting me share my creations with you. Happy stamping! Bye!